Welcome back, everyone, to the college commute. How's everyone doing? Tom, how are you doing?
I am doing good, Alex. How are you doing today?
I'm very good. How are those grapes?
The grapes were delicate and pristine. Honestly, considering I put them in the fridge a week ago.
That's why I was kind of worried about that. But
no, honestly, they were still like crispy when you bit into it. So
okay.
You'll get there.
Tom made drinks and put grapes in them, so
the grapes are in the drinks.
That's where we're at.
They don't belong in the drink for sure, but
Definitely
it was
not.
the crispiest fruit I had.
Is it bad that they're a week old? More than a week old?
Well, they don't taste fermented, so.
How long does fruit last?
I mean, it depends on the fruit and where it's been in the fridge, so it's better. So, like, if we had green grapes sitting on the counter, they'd probably last like 4 days, realistically. So, since they're in the fridge, probably a few days extra, probably around like 8 to 10 days, I would say.
Fair enough.
I always go by the heart, you know? And they tasted fine. They didn't, usually, like, with fruit, you can kind of tell when it gets, like, fermented, then you know they're going bad. That tasted fine. Didn't taste it at all.
I'm still skeptical about eating them.
You'll get there. You'll understand how good these grapes are.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
All right. Sounds good. Anyway, so Tom, what are we talking about today?
Today, me and Alex are going over our bucket list items. Truth be told, I've never made a bucket list before in my life.
Me either.
But we made one before recording this, and we haven't talked to each other about each other's items, so these are all going to be a surprise to both of us. But we each compiled our own list of things that we wanted to be able to accomplish before we died.
I feel like I have a few big ones, and then I have a few that are kind of just like I know I'll do, but there's some that like I might not do, but I'd like to do. You know what I mean?
I would like to do all of these, but given the nature of a few of them, I mean, I won't be disappointed if I don't.
That's what I mean, yeah.
They're pretty big.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, all right.
So,
oh boy, Jesus Christ.
So the first item on my bucket list is I want to wrestle a bear. But
no, you can't wrestle a bear.
No, I know what you're thinking. I don't mean like aggressively wrestle.
Okay,
but
like cuddle?
Yeah, so it, like either way, I guess. So like
more like play.
I would like to play with a bear. But due to the nature of his large stature, I assume it would be more like wrestling, even if we were playing.
What type of bear?
I prefer a grizzly.
You want to wrestle a grizzly bear
or a black bear?
Black bears are more
docile.
I guess.
I assume they're
not
calmer.
sure
I don't know
if that's correct.
I've had a lot of bears in my yard over the years,
and they're sure as hell not grizzlies.
No, they're black bears.
Right.
One of them got...
Do you think you could take one?
Oh, no.
All right.
In a realistic fight, a bear would ruin me.
Oh, okay, then.
That's not even a question.
Fair
However, if he was in the slightest bit of a good mood, I bet I could get him to... I could charm him.
With what?
Just my humor.
Your charisma.
My personality.
All right, so Tom's bucket list is charm a grizzly bear with his personality.
We could be friends.
All right, fair enough.
What's yours?
All right, so I'm just going to get this one out of the way first because it's not as like crazy, but I'm going to lump 3 into one because it's kind of all travel. Because I want to go to Australia, Hawaii, and Alaska. Those are 3 places that I really want to go to, so I'm just going to lump those together.
Okay, so travel the country, mostly.
The world.
The same country, kind of. 2 of them are in our country.
I know, but also Australia. Then again, though...
Have you seen the spiders?
I was just going to say, don't like spiders, so...
Those are terrifying.
Not sure if I really want to do that. I actually know someone in Australia right now.
Really?
Who's studying abroad there, and she sends videos all the time of weird animals just in her house all the time.
In her house?
Yes.
Does she invite them in?
They're just because apparently they're just all there all the time.
Oh,
I don't really know.
Yeah, sure.
I've never been to Australia, so I don't know. But
no, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
I mean, from the videos of the snakes in the toilets, nothing seems impossible.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a reason enough for me not to go. But one of my yoga instructors at my old gym that I worked at actually went and taught yoga in Australia for 2 years, and she loved it. Did she get
bit by a spider?
She didn't.
All right, then.
So I mean, I guess the odds aren't horrible.
I want to travel to a few places, which I know it's everyone's, but That is something I think I will actually do. So
Okay.
All right, so you're a grizzly bear. Not too sure.
All right,
What's your next one?
I'll follow behind that. I want to make pasta in Italy, which
Okay.
sounds not super unreasonable, but actually I did have a scheduled pasta making class that I was signed up for
Fair enough.
in Italy this summer that got canceled because of COVID.
Right.
So I don't think it's super unrealistic. It was my last summer to enjoy life before being a real adult.
Before being a real adult.
Before life got real. So I don't know when I'll be able to do it, but I do want to make pasta in Italy. And I have made pasta at home, and I'm assuming the ingredients aren't wholly different. It's really just the atmosphere I'm going for.
Fair enough.
I want some guy yelling at me with his fingers up.
That's a good bucket list item, I would say.
It seems fair. What else do you got?
So another thing, also kind of travel, but have you ever seen those like glass igloos in like Scotland?
Yeah.
Like probably not Scotland, but over in Europe somewhere.
Mm.
Those like glass igloos in the middle of nowhere, covered in snow and stuff.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
Always wanted to stay.
They have
in
a
one
ton
of
in
those.
Finland.
I think it's Finland.
So I don't know if you know this. In 2019, Finland was rated the #1 country to travel to.
Really?
So their igloos are huge. Their saunas are huge. I said sauna. I say sauna, but in Finland they say sauna.
You're just going with the culture.
I'm
appreciate
Finnish,
it.
so let's just get
true.
that straight. I am
true.
very Finnish.
Yes, that is
but
true.
no, we do have igloos there. We have the saunas, and
we have igloos there. You act like you were born there.
I've never been.
We as a team.
I couldn't say a single word in the Finnish language right now. But over in Finland, they do have great igloos, from what I've heard.
This is going to sound really dumb. What do they speak Finnish?
Yes, they do.
Okay. You know, sometimes like they do they speak that? It's like no, they just speak English. Like you know what I mean?
No, they
like,
do speak Finnish.
Okay.
So I have family members.
Do some people speak English there?
Very few. They do, but it's not as common.
So I think they speak English in Scotland, right?
Yeah,
I think
it's like Scottish, but like it's English enough.
Yeah, because
we were all colonized by the same people.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I want to stay in one of those glass igloos that's like, you can look at like the northern lights while like in your bed. So
all right, so bouncing off of that one, actually, this is actually super convenient. One of mine is to see the northern lights in Iceland.
That's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They have igloos in Iceland as well. They're less common, but actually a big thing in Iceland, which isn't covered in ice. That's Greenland. Don't be confused.
I did know that. See,
yeah,
is something I did know.
It's tricky.
It's tricky.
But so a big thing in a lot of like the resorts over in Iceland is like hot tubs, like outdoor,
right?
Because it is pretty chilly there. It's pretty
yeah.
cool. So you sit in a hot tub and you look at the northern lights. And one of my college professors actually used to make that like a yearly trip. Like his family tradition was to go to Iceland and like go look at the northern lights and see stuff. And I've never been there. I imagine it's pretty dope.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what else they have there besides the lights.
That's probably it. And skiing?
I know their currency is really out of whack.
Like, is it cheap to stay there? Actually, I think it is cheap.
Yeah, it's super cheap, I think, because their currency was devalued a lot. At least as far as when I was in like middle school, their currency was pretty devalued.
You sure about that?
Mr. Rogers, my old history teacher, said he went to Iceland and paid like 27,000 whatever their currency was for like a sweatshirt at the airport. So I'm assuming if you're paying 27,000,
it's not
whatever
27,000 here.
Yeah, I'm assuming the currency rate is off.
Right.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be a middle school history teacher.
I think it's the airfare that's expensive.
I imagine that's normal price because you would probably have to fly. I don't think Iceland has their own airways. So probably I imagine you would still be flying on like Delta or something.
Right.
Where it's very
and you
expensive.
probably have to fly into somewhere else and then like take a train in.
Yeah, you'd probably have to fly to Scotland first or somewhere like that where people more frequently travel. Because even when I went to Greece, I had to fly to Italy first because they didn't have flights just going to Athens.
See, this all sounds really expensive.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of money. So that's why I would like to get a big boy job first.
Hell yeah. Okay, so moving on. The next one, part of it I think is reasonable. The other half maybe not. So I put that I want to either drive or own a Lamborghini. Now, the drive part, I feel like eventually I could work out. Own, not so sure. Those are very expensive. Mostly, I pretty much just want to sit in a Lamborghini and drive it around the block.
I understand. We could make that happen.
I know.
It's only like $2,000 to rent them for like a couple days. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Definitely in the future, though. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be able to at least drive one, but if I could own one, even if I could own it for like a year and then just like sell it.
Like a lease.
Right.
Do you lease cars?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like we should know that.
Yeah, you can get like a 3-year lease on a car.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense money-wise.
I was going to say, but then I wouldn't get any money back. Right?
Yeah, no, it's like renting an apartment. Like you're paying for someone else's...
And that's what I'm doing right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. It's a scam.
I mean, completely, yes.
But sometimes it makes sense.
Definitely.
For cars, it usually doesn't make sense. But a Lamborghini is a big one that actually was my dream car for years.
That's my dream car.
And honestly, the thing that changed it was the Marvel movies.
With all the freaking Audis in the...
It took me years to realize
the subliminal plug.
Oh my god, the subliminal marketing that happened in those movies for Audi was crazy. I didn't realize it until I rewatched like the 5th time, but I was like, well, okay, these Audis are pretty prominent in these movies. I did buy an Audi.
He did, yes, he really did.
I don't want to say it's because of the movies,
I think it is, though.
It's subliminally.
I think it is.
Subliminal? Yeah, that makes sense.
Sure, go with it. Yep.
I assume it played a big role. But that's okay. So my next one, gonna make Alex look dumb here.
Hey.
I want to write a book.
Why does that make me look dumb?
I don't know. You're talking about traveling. I'm writing books.
Oh, yours was also travel.
Well, it could be an educational book. Probably
no, I mean, like, one of yours on your list was also travel, so I don't want to hear it over there.
No, you're right. You could have a pretty...
I'm pretty much going to have to write a book for my thesis, so...
Yeah, that's why I'm not getting my PhD.
It's going to be like 50 pages, so... Isn't that a book?
It's like a short story, I guess.
No.
Like a children's book.
A children's book is 50 pages? I don't know about that.
It sounds
okay. What do you want to write a book about?
I kind of want to do like a memoir, just about my life. I feel like it's...
There you go.
I don't talk about it that much, but like I could...
You really could.
I could probably pull a memoir out of my life.
It'd probably be pretty good, too.
Some real Glass Castle stuff.
Maybe if this takes off, then people would want to buy that book.
Yeah, people would be curious. They're just going to be like, that sounds traumatic. What is he...
what is he talking about?
What does that mean? Maybe one day I'll write a book. I don't know. A lot's been going on. I still have a lot left to do.
See, like, but how long of a book? Like...
Oh, short. Like 200 pages.
All right. Like, you're not going for like a 700 pages.
Oh, no, not like a full novel. I feel like memoirs are best when they're like 150 to 200 pages. You know, like real short, enough to tell a story. What was the soldier book, the child soldier book we read? A Long Way Gone. That was pretty short.
Maybe?
Yeah, no, I think
Is that the name of it?
And then there was the other one that was about the man who survived the Holocaust. Don't get me wrong, my book is going to be nowhere near this
what's
tragic.
What's that one called? Something night?
Yes.
Or is it...
No, it's something about a night.
Something about the night.
Not like a night person, but
like
the time of day.
Yeah, time of day at night, yes. Lindsay will be very disappointed that we don't know
she's
this.
She's going to be upset.
Yes.
But no,
Elie Wiesel?
Yeah, Elie Wiesel. He died, I think, in 2015. Around there.
God, we sound so dumb right now. Jesus. All right. Anyway.
But no, I feel like those, they're short, they're sweet, they get to the point, they tell a story, and most importantly, they give like a reason to be positive about it.
That is
which
fair.
I think is most important. Like, I don't, I've read books that are just like purely sad, and I'm like, oh, whoa, buddy. And then I just leave the book and I'm like, what the hell? I'm going to go watch New Girl for like 3 hours to recover from that. But no, a nice uplifting tale about life.
Should I watch that show?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I don't know. Everyone's telling me to watch it.
I argue that it is tied with The Office for the most relevant.
Careful.
Careful. You know me, I've watched The Office like 8 times through.
Careful.
And I will put the wholehearted approval stamp on New Girl. It is worth every second of the show. We'll watch an episode after.
Which do you like better, though? The Office or New Girl?
Right now, recency bias probably, but New Girl.
Okay, we're going to move on. We will move on. Maybe we'll come back to that in another episode because I can't get into that right now. But speaking of TV shows, my next bucket list is to go on Survivor.
You.
No, hold on. I know, because so you guys don't know this, but I have been on a kick of watching Survivor because it just released on Netflix. If you haven't seen Survivor, it's a great show. These people go on some island and do challenges and live out in the wild for a month. And it's not just because I've been watching it recently, but I've always wanted to go on it since I watched it when I was younger, because I used to watch it with my dad and we watched it every week. And I just thought, I was like, this is sick and I would love to do that. And I honestly think I'm going to apply.
You're going to,
I think I am.
Will's mom applied.
Really? Christy?
Yeah, I think it was Survivor. Yeah, she applied. They had auditions, I think 2.5 years
Christy
ago.
Would be so good at that.
Right? I think it was at Mohegan Sun like 2.5 years ago. They
Really?
ran auditions for it or something like that.
I'm going to do it.
Could be super wrong, but as far as I'm concerned.
I think the key is you really got to be like crazy. Like, I'm going to make myself seem not super crazy though, but like entertaining enough.
Well, so that's the thing.
That I'll make a good
That's the thing with
character.
all reality TV is like when you really look into it and like the casting background of it, like it's really not your factor of like your skills or whatever. It's does your personality, is it going to entertain people enough to watch?
Like, I really can't go in there being myself.
No.
Like, I'm going to have to be like some like crazy dude and then like I'll have to act like that in the game too, but guess what, totally okay with that.
But the problem is a lot of people try to do that and they get like so sucked into it.
That's my
like
point.
Obsessive
like, you can't go too far though.
Yeah, so like even like shows like MasterChef, right, like it's guys cooking,
right?
I've read so many things about that show of like how psychologically manipulative like the backstage work is and like to get onto that show and how like they're really just picking people. Don't get me wrong, I do love MasterChef. Ethically, I don't know where it stands. I'm not an expert. I don't know anything. I will watch the show because I do love to cook. But if I think Survivor would be a good show.
Thank you. See, if I do apply for Survivor, I'm sure you guys will see the video. I'll put it out there somewhere. But
I would definitely fit way better on like Big Brother, where I'm just like in a really nice house and like.
Would I fit on Survivor? I don't really know, but I would love to do it. I honestly, I think I'd be good at it.
Could you cook a fish over a fire?
Nope. I also don't like fish. They do.
Okay, it's been a while. I also
don't like fish.
That's true. Well, you could.
Sometimes they catch chickens.
You could.
No, I'm serious. In the wild, they'll catch chickens.
You can just knock like a coconut out of a tree, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, they get like rice. So rice and beans. Yeah.
Oh,
they get like a bag of rice.
I could survive off of rice and beans.
That's my point. Yeah.
I wouldn't even be hunting.
It'd be fine. But I mean, you also have to do like challenges though. It's tough.
I can do that. I can swim. I mean, I was a lifeguard. We were both lifeguards. Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about that another time. But all right, what's your next one?
All right, my next one. All right, I want to meet the president.
Whoa.
Blanket statement. I don't care.
Big.
I don't care what president.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Like former president, you mean?
No, like I want to meet like whoever's currently seated in president, whether it's like right now or like 4 years from now, maybe like 15 years from now.
Okay.
Whatever year that will land on.
But I think in 15 years from now, won't you be president?
16 years.
And I'll be vice president?
No, 16 years from now is 2036, and that will be the first election year that you and me are actually eligible to run for president. So technically 15 years from now, I would have to meet the president because I would be voted into the next election. I was going to say,
can you check that off if you are president?
Yeah, maybe. I think that would work.
I don't know. We'll have to see when we get there.
I'm fairly confident that I'm competent enough to run for president. Perhaps too competent to run for president. I think I am overqualified for the position based on recent years.
So will you not win then?
If people voted for me, yeah, I would win.
Well, that's how that works. Yeah.
I think I'm pretty weirdly versed in law and politics.
So are you saying that you'd be overqualified? So should I run and be the dummy?
Yeah,
and you be behind the scenes?
Based on how people vote these days, I think we would have a better chance of doing it that way. Maybe. But, I'm not here to judge.
All right, so Tom wants to meet the president.
Yeah, it's just like I've always been a history guy. I like politics. I don't like politicians, but I just want to meet the guy. I just want to know how tapped he really is.
Fair enough.
Pretty tapped, I bet.
That's a big one, but...
We'll see.
I think you could do it.
We'll see. I do work for the government, technically.
That's true. So you might get there.
Yeah. Technically, like, far down enough on the list if anything super tragic were to happen, I could become president.
Right. That is true.
It would take a huge tragedy, don't get me wrong. But I am in line somewhere to be president.
I mean, yeah, it would take a lot.
It would never happen, but I'm in line.
Somewhere. Okay. So my next one, I'm going to skip a few and get to a good one. This one is serious, and I actually want to do this.
Yeah, this is good because my next one's serious too.
And I've talked to Lindsay about this, is I want to get my helicopter pilot license.
Really?
Yes.
Do you have a helicopter?
No. But
okay.
My thing is that if I have my license, I can then just fly famous people around.
No, that's huge facts.
Or I could get rich enough and buy my own helicopter. Either way, I want to be able to drive helicopters.
Well, you could fly a helicopter for rich people until you had enough money to buy your own helicopter.
That's my point.
You could, because you could probably rent one. Because I assume you would make enough money flying rich people.
Rent one.
Yeah,
or just like, no, I mean like they pay me, like they buy the helicopter, and then they pay me to fly them around.
And then you could do like an Uber kind of thing later on when
Uber
you
helicopter.
buy your own helicopter.
I don't know how many. I don't think people would use that because they all have their own.
No, because so for instance...
What, I'm just going to pick up, like, random people?
Well, no, think about it. For instance, like Dave Portnoy,
okay.
he's big on social media. He flies private often. He does not own his own private jet.
True.
He charters his own jet whenever he goes. And there's a lot of rich people. Obviously, like huge rich people, like John Travolta does have his own plane. And his is paid for by the airline that he's sponsored by due to some crazy business transactions. But there's a lot of rich people who only like charter. So like Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, they usually sometimes fly private, but sometimes they'll just fly first class. So it depends.
I see what you mean. But that is something, and I've looked into it, and it is mega expensive.
Really? How expensive would you say to get a license for that?
20,000?
20?
I want to say. I could be so wrong on that.
You could be. Compared to school loans, though, I guess it's not bad.
I am way more in debt than that, so I guess you're right.
I mean, that's a whole nother problem.
But then I would actually have to make a business out of it, so which I don't know if I want to. I just want to get rich enough where I can fly my own helicopter.
You just want a helicopter, really?
No. Yes, but no. Okay. What's yours?
All right, so my next one, we're gonna get serious.
Jesus!
I want to marry the woman of my dreams.
Okay, see, yeah, I was gonna put that on mine.
Really?
But I don't know.
I mean, technically, it's a bucket list item. You know.
See, the thing is, but I think I'm going to anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
I don't know where my life's headed, though. It's a mystery.
Right, that's true.
So,
but I think you will. You know?
I hope so. I'd be upset if I didn't.
I mean, you will.
I'll probably get married.
Worst comes to worst, you can just marry me, and then we'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's either I marry the woman of my dreams or I don't get married. I guess. Right. I don't know what else I would do.
I mean, I think you will.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're just living. We're still in college, so we'll go to your next one.
That's a bold one.
Yeah. No, I'm a shooter. Shooter shoot. Metaphorically speaking.
Maybe you'll find him on Tinder.
Probably not.
Probably not, no.
Probably not.
Probably not.
My bio
Does anyone find love on Tinder?
I know a few people who have met people on Tinder, but my bio...
But is it really love, though?
Yeah, that's fair. My bio makes it pretty clear I'm not there for love.
I mean, right now. But...
I'm publicly stating that I'm there to waste my own time as well as their time, so...
Fair enough.
Open.
I think okay.
What else do you got going on?
I have... Oh, this one's big. And then, see, a lot of these, require me to be kind of rich, which I don't necessarily want, but it would just be awesome because I could then do these things. But I want to own a professional sports team.
Wow.
I don't care what sport, but like NBA, preferably it would be NHL.
Okay. I feel like they're cheaper as far as teams go than like a baseball team.
I have no idea.
I would assume.
Preferably it would be a baseball team because I feel like baseball is such like an old man sport that like if I'm like older and just kind of want to like chill, I could just like own a baseball team.
Yeah, hang out in the clubhouse.
Right, exactly. Like baseball is kind of chill. So that's something that I want to do.
That's fair. I would love to be just like a minority owner of a baseball team. I don't got to be the big honcho. Just like a minority owner, like a Patrick Mahomes situation. Like you just own enough of the team to be registered as an owner.
I want to make moves though.
I agree that. So would
maybe
be nice.
I want to be a general manager.
I'm really big on like suffering from imposter syndrome. So whenever I'm given a huge role of responsibility, I'm like, I don't deserve this. I shouldn't be the one making these decisions.
I see.
So I imagine I would really not like the pressure of having to decide a franchise's future.
That's true.
However, we trust people like Danny Ainge.
Here we go. If you own it, though, then it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah, you're right, because no one can tell me no.
Exactly. Well, I think, do you have like board of directors?
I wouldn't allow them to tell me no.
I don't really know how that works at all.
I don't like being told no now.
I would just hire Bill Belichick. I don't care what sport I would be in. I'd be like, come run my hockey team.
I'd let him coach a tennis team, for sure.
Definitely.
He just knows how to create winners.
Yes, honestly. I would somehow buy the Celtics and fire Danny Ainge.
Put an asterisk on that. We're going to really determine Bill Belichick's worth after like the next 3 years, just due to the fact that...
That is true.
Because, you know, everyone's been arguing, is it him or Brady over the past couple of years? And so far this year, it's in Brady's favor. It's in Brady's favor. But you can't determine that over 1 year. That would be unfair of me. So I'll give him like a 3-year period to recover.
3 years? I think he'll be retired by then.
I'd say 2 years, I guess. That's fair.
Including this year?
No.
That's fair.
Because this is it's a transition year.
It really is, yeah.
That's, you know, got to be reasonable.
Yeah. All right, what's your next one?
So my next one, so this one is going to be a little out there. I want to have a pet monkey, like for sure.
Yo, yes.
Preferably like a rhesus monkey.
A what?
It's so it's the type of
rhesus monkey?
No, a rhesus monkey.
Okay.
It's
I
the
was
type of
say,
monkey.
Tom, please don't.
No, a rhesus monkey. They use these for like disabled people who have like what is it, like a service monkey?
Okay.
Service pets, because they're incredibly smart.
Right. Can't they like rip your face off? Then?
No, that's like more like orangutans. Okay. Those are very strong. Like rhesus monkeys.
Are they the smaller ones?
Yeah, they're smaller. Like the ones that you would imagine wears a diaper.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
You know, pretty small, does cool stuff. They're very good with their hands. I don't know if monkeys have thumbs. I'm not gonna make that claim.
I think they do.
Really? Interesting.
Because that's how they like.
Yeah, you're right.
Open bananas?
They do.
Oh boy.
They open bananas with some fingers for sure. I'm not going to
do.
make claims as to what fingers. I've said a lot of incorrect stuff on the show already.
That is true.
But I would love to have a pet monkey just for like just random things.
Yeah, no, I feel like, again, that's another thing that if like you're rich, you can just have it just cause.
Yeah, just whatever. I got a pet monkey. What are you going to say about it? Nothing.
Right. What about a tiger?
Would be cool.
I
would even argue that I would substitute my bear for a tiger if I could wrestle a tiger.
Now,
and like a playful way,
talking.
because a tiger would murder me.
Yes,
he wouldn't think twice about it. No, I never saw Tiger King, but I saw The Hangover with Mike Tyson's tiger.
I'm gonna add this to my bucket list. Have a hangover type night.
Oh, yeah.
Do I want that though? I don't know.
It depends on which character you are.
I feel like it would be a cool story, but I don't know. That's a talk for another day.
I've never been there, but I don't know if I'm ready for that.
All right.
What's next on yours?
We'll move on. I have 2 left. So I want this again. It's another. Well, this might actually be realistic because it's kind of what I do in school. But I would like to own a brewery.
Really?
Yes.
I would love that.
See, and I would like totally have you help me with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I not only am I cook in a restaurant,
right.
I got a real business mind for food.
That's what I'm saying.
So, because I feel like you can't have a brewery that only serves beer.
Right, no, exactly. You have to have good food.
You need to have food. So,
but it doesn't have to be like fancy food, but it's got to be good bar food.
No. So my biggest thing is the one restaurant that I've always wanted to be a part of. If I ever got into like being a restaurateur, I wanted a wing place. So I wanted a place that specialized in beer and wings.
We could totally do that.
And like the thing about wings is like, you go to these places that are known for wings, right? Like Buffalo Wild Wings, it's a chain, but whatever, like Wings Over. They have other food, right? Like you can get plenty of other things. At my wing place, you can only get wings.
What about wings and pizza?
Pizza's easy enough, but like, it would have to be good pizza.
I'm talking like specialty pizza.
Well, no, that's what it wouldn't be like cheap pizza. Right, it would be good pizza because like you've had my pizzas before. I don't make like
they're bomb
frozen
and
pizza.
That's also in this kitchen.
I'm hand tossing dough in a college apartment.
Right. And it's not that big, trust me.
No, it's a pretty small kitchen, but we make it work. I cranked out like 6 pizzas one night, hand tossed all the dough, formed it all myself, hand sliced the mozzarella. You know, that's just what you got to do for good food. But I have a secret wing recipe. I cooked it, like a week ago. Huge hit.
That hot sauce you made?
Yeah.
I'm going to try it.
Homemade.
I have not tried it.
You'll love it. I guarantee
and
that.
And then we'll open a brewery with that.
I want beer. I want like custom, like classic beers. No IPAs. I'm not an IPA guy. No. Blonde ales.
I'm going to take
ambers. I love those.
I'm going to take my chemical engineering degree and go brew beer with it.
I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I can make easily the best wings that you guys have ever had in a restaurant, and it's not a competition. I'm just so confident.
Coming in the next 15 years, me and Tom will own a brewery, be president of the United States, and be flying helicopters around the world.
And somewhere in that,
I was going to say, what's your next one?
I want to go skydiving. And you know what? And you know why that's there? Because it has to be there.
It does.
I feel like it would be an improper conversation if I didn't mention that I wanted to go skydiving. And I'm terrified of heights. I'm terrified of free fall, and I might have a heart attack, but I'm going to do it.
Me and Lindsay say we're going to go all the time, and then we never end up going.
It's expensive.
It really is. We should definitely go this summer.
I'll jump out of the plane.
I feel like I might have like a heart attack, bro. What? I think you should have a parachute, honestly.
I'll break mine, I guess.
I mean,
per guidelines.
Yeah.
I'll try it. All right, what's you have one more, right?
My last one is, it's kind of travel again, but it's a little bit different. I want to go cross country in an RV.
I would love that. That sounds awesome.
And literally just like park it somewhere overnight and like stay like
Walmart.
Yeah, or like a scenic place, you know what I mean? Like somewhere with a view, kind of. But, take the dog, take, a few friends or something, or not, just, me and him, and just, I don't know, take a month trip around the country.
I'll go, bro. I'll quit my job for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I have no problem. I will risk anything to, like, travel the world and, like, see the right things. And, like, if that means, like, I need to quit my corporate job to go see, like, the world's largest ball of elastic bands, hell yeah.
The biggest ball of twine in Minnesota.
Oh, my God. That's where it is?
No. That's a song by Weird Al Yankovic.
Really?
Yes.
I'm unfamiliar, but I'm willing to try it.
I don't think it's an actual thing, but it's just,
you know what? We can fact check that real quick.
Go ahead.
Meanwhile, I will actually go into my computer's dead, so we're not going to fact check.
Nice.
That.
I'll fact check.
Okay,
How about
so
that?
my last one, we're going to get a little serious. Finish on a good note. One of my bucket list items is I want to pay off the mortgage and all of the big bills for my parents.
Hell yeah!
Just my parents have done a lot for me. My mom raised me, my dad raised me. They turned me into the person I am today. Still living in their basement, going strong. So I just...
Guess what?
Ooh.
We're both going to be living in our parents' basements in like a week.
You moved from the top floor of your house to the basement.
I did.
Some might say that's an upgrade.
That's true. It's going to be lit down there. But you know what? That is such a good bucket list item.
Yeah, pay off my parents' bills. I don't know. I hope it's not a lot.
Like I said, I feel like that's every, kid's dream is to make enough money that you can then do that for your parents.
I feel like I have to. When I was a kid, whenever I wanted my mom to buy me something, I would just remind her that I was going to be rich one day and that I would pay her back then. And she always said, whenever I use that excuse. And so far, we're not showing the best signs of getting rich yet.
We're not. But guess what? Maybe this is a start.
Yeah, no, we'll see. We're speaking it into existence. It's called manifestation, people. Don't forget.
Hell yeah. Okay, so kind of fact checking. Largest ball of twine built by a single person in Darwin, Minnesota. Then again, it says here that it's in Kansas. So
there's a lot of twine in the United States.
I think people are just like, keep building bigger balls.
Okay, so it's like this is an ongoing competition.
I think so.
Due to the nature of the competition, guys, we're not going to make a claim as to where the biggest ball of twine is. Maybe you could be the next one to build it. It seems to be a highly competitive market.
We should, if we ever get, some popularity here, we should break a world record.
I'll break a world record right now.
I watched someone break a world record for the most Matchbox cars stacked on their ass.
Really? How many was it?
It wasn't their bare ass, but wasn't that many.
Was it like one on top of the other, or was it like a pile?
No, like a pile. It was like 10.
10?
Really? But that's what I said too, but then like watching him do it actually did look kind of hard.
Okay. I'll try.
I don't really know we could do something else even too.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Maybe like...
We won't put ourselves in the Matchbox on the butt box.
No. Or like people that break the world record for like longest plank. Like days?
I'll never do that.
No thanks.
I won't
I'm
beat
good.
that one.
No, me either.
Maybe like, I don't know, like most servings of pasta cooked in one.
I thought you were gonna say like eaten, and I was gonna say
no.
thanks.
I have a small appetite. I would just cook it. I would cook the most pasta.
Is that a world record? I'm sure it is somewhere.
We could make it a world record.
We could. That's true.
That's still a world record if no one's done it before.
That is true.
I could do like the most pair of socks worn by one person. Who's gonna tell me no?
I don't think anyone.
Exactly. We're just breaking world records.
We are breaking world records out here.
Anyway, if you guys have any like really big bucket list items, feel free to send them to us,
and we'll talk about them.
We'll talk about them. If it's realistic, we'll help you complete it. Maybe we'll steal it and do it ourselves and laugh at you when we do it first.
We'll probably steal it, so be careful, but still tell us because we need the content.
Don't give us anything give us your best ones.
Yes, give us your best stuff. We will give you a shout out though, I promise.
Maybe.
Alex
will. He's going to be the guy in charge of shout outs.
Probably, yes.
I'm just going to do things and film it.
Yeah.
I have a good camera. But we'll see.
Not yet.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching the second episode of the College Commute. We really appreciate you guys coming out and watching this again. Look out for the next episode coming out soon, and we hope to see you there.
All right, guys, please take care of your credit scores. It is important. Thank you very much for coming to listen.